Where do you live? Peoria? Salt Lake City? Birmingham? Kankakee? Spokane? Buffalo? Memphis? No, you don't. You don't live in any of those places or in any other place that has a name. You live night and day, week after week, year in and year out, in the nameless, hidden places of your mind. What's up, guys? My name's Nick, and I am back to you today talking about Strange Tales from the CBS Radio Mystery Theater. Now, this is a novel that was published in 1976 by, what was the publisher's name? Popular Library, November 1976. So 2 years after CBS Radio Mystery Theater started its initial run. It includes 3 stories that are all curated by Himan Brown himself and then edited by him from their initial script format into a narrative short story form. The 3 stories that it includes are Ian Martin's Time and Time Again, which we spoke about when we were talking about Ian Martin's The Vampire Plant. Time and Time Again was the episode about the antique shop owner who comes across a clock that he discovers if he gives it human blood, it will give him an extra hour and day. Another story that is in there is Elspeth's Erich's The Black Room, which is a story about a man who is put into solitary confinement for a crime he did not commit. I can't remember. I almost said murder. I don't remember if it's that or not. But a crime he did not commit. He's in solitary confinement, and he ends up making a unlikely friendship or relationship in those in that environment. And then the third one is The Only Blood, which is written by Sam Dann. We've definitely talked about that one before. That is the one about the shop owner who is being essentially extorted by a crime boss to pay for protection so they don't ruin his store. But Anthony Botta, he's a very stand-up man, and he will not just lie down for criminal dogs. Anthony Botta is, of course, played by Howard Da Silva, a wonderful actor who is affected by the Hollywood blacklist. But, so all of these 3 stories are put here together, and it's pretty cool. There's a little intro that is written by Himan Brown, where it starts out with basically the way that their script is filled, and after E.G. Marshall gives his initial intro, then it cuts to Himan Brown talking about what a normal day of production was like at that time. And of course, you know, he talks a little bit about what he had done before with his other big shows like, you know, Inner Sanctum, things like that. I haven't really got to read through the book, but there's just already tons of information. And so it's really cool to see. And this book is also really rare. They didn't, I don't think that there is like, I think this is the first edition because they didn't do any other runs kind of a thing. So this is pretty cool to see. And I also got a CBS Radio Mystery Theater episode guide that was written in 1999, so I will do an episode on that shortly. But with this, I was thinking, because there are 3 stories, and they would all be fun to talk about and read these at length. I have been talking to a friend about the idea of doing lives on here. And so my idea and proposal to you guys, if you think it's interesting, is possibly next week I could do 3 live shows, about an hour each maybe, and in each one I would just give a little background on the episode. You know, for example, we'll do Time and Time Again by Ian Martin, and after I talk a bit about the radio play, then we can do a live reading of their narrative of Time and Time Again from the book, and maybe we can talk about the different way that they accomplish you know, certain parts of the story with radio versus written word. You know, maybe what comes off better in either medium. I don't know. We'll kind of just figure it out and explore that together if we do it. But this is just a book on, this is just a video on this book because I think it's interesting. Let me know if you'd be interested in that live video idea, and we'll get something going soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Take care.